integrals. We have already studied the chapter integration, so we are going to see application of integrals. Basically, where we can use integration. Integration is mainly used to find the area of a portion. Okay, that means if we need to find the area under a curve, we can use the integration. Okay, integration method. I am showing an example. Suppose we are going to find the area of this curve. How can we use that? This can be found out using integration. Area is equal to integral a to b. That means from where to where it is coming. So this is coming from x equal to a to x equal to b, and there is this curve, this region. We are finding the area. So what is the equation of this curve? F of x. So integral a to b f of x dx. So this is how we can find the area. You need to identify what is the interval, that is here from a to b. So integral is a to b. Now what is the equation of the curve? This is the equation of the curve. This is the curve, means equation is f of x dx. With respect to x we are integrating. Now what about this curve? See this curve. This is the equation of this curve is f of y. F of y. The equation of this curve is f of y. So we need to find the interval. From where to where? This is from y is equal to a to b. So a to b. So we can write a is equal to, area is equal to integral a to b f of y dy. Okay, so once you find this integration, what you are getting? We are getting the area under this curve. So what is the application of integration? Application of integrals is to find the area under a curve. Okay, so you need to write from where to where the interval is and what is the equation of that curve. Once you do that, you will understand, you will get the area of that shaded portion. Okay, so for this thing you need to know the basic integrals that we have already studied in the integration chapter. Still I am just writing those integrals again so that we can just revise the integration. So what is integral 1 dx? Integral 1 dx is x. Now what is integral x raised to n dx? That is x raised to n plus 1 by n plus 1. Okay, so then what is integral a dx? A is a constant, so that is nothing but a into 1 dx, so ax. So we'll put a c if we are doing indefinite integral. In case it is definite integral, no problem, just put the limits. Okay, now what is integral sin x dx? Integral sin x dx is minus cos x plus c. What is integral cos x dx? Cos x dx is sin x plus c. These are basic that we have already studied in integration chapter. Okay, so in application of integrals also these basic things will be coming. So I can say you that with even if you don't know large functions integration, you will be able to solve some of the integrations easily by this application of. So these are some of the NDA previous year questions from the chapter applications of integrals. So understand that we can expect that our 1 or 2 questions from this chapter. So it is very simple that we need to just understand the figure and the limits, then it will be easy. Okay, also thing is integration will be simple from applications of integral, only you need to know the limit. Okay, we'll see, there are 5 questions I have given here. We'll see how to solve these questions. Okay, so first question, what is the area bounded by the curve y is equal to cos 3x 0 less than or equal to x less than or equal to pi by 6. Okay, so how can we do that? Okay, so what does this cos curve look like? This will look like this. So its limit they are telling 0 to pi by 6. So this area they are telling us to find 0 to pi by 6. This is y-axis, this is x-axis. Okay, so how can we find the area? Just do integrals, that is integral 0 to pi by 6, 0 to pi by 6 f of x dx, f of x dx. So integral 0 to pi by 6 f of x means cos 3x dx. That is, what is the integration of cos 3x? Sin 3x, sin 3x divided by 3, sin 3x divided by 3. And what is the limit? Limit is from 0 to pi by 6. Limit is from 0 to pi by 6. Okay, so now do 1 by 3 I am taking outside. Sin 3 pi by 6 minus sin 3 into 0, that is sin 0. So that is, this is 2. So 1 by 3 into 1 minus 0. So our answer is 1 by 3 square unit. Okay, so answer is 1 by 3 square unit. So this is the area under this curve. So understand, just you need to identify the limit. This is directly given in this question. And just write the function, then integrate and apply the limits. Okay, we'll solve the second question. Second question I am going to do. What is the area bounded by curves e raised to x and y equal to e raised to minus x and straight line? Okay, what is the area bounded by the curves y is equal to e raised to x and y is equal to e raised to minus x and straight line? Okay, so first we'll draw the figure because no limit is given in the question. Only if we get the limit we can solve. Okay, so see, y x is equal to 1 means it will come here, no? 1 comma 0. So x is equal to 1 comes somewhere here. 1 comma 0, x is equal to, this curve is, this line is x is equal to 1. Okay, and this is 0 comma 0 origin. Now let's see, where does this e raised to x and e raised to minus x intersect? Okay, where does this e raised to x and e raised to minus x intersect? So that point will be satisfied by both these curves. Okay, so e raised to x is equal to e raised to minus x. So e raised to x is equal to 1 by e raised to x. So e raised to 2x, e raised to x into e raised to x is equal to 1. That is e raised to 2x is equal to 1. That is e raised to 0. 1 I can write as e raised to 0. So 2x is equal to 0, x is equal to 0. So this area, they mean that the area bounded by these two curves and straight line x is equal to 1. Okay, so where does this meet? So e raised to x means this curve will be like that and they meet at this point. So what is the area bounded by this x e raised to curves and x is equal to 1? How can you do? So we got the equation as, we got the limit as e raised to x and e raised to minus x, and we have the straight line. So that's clear, that is e raised to, limit is from 0 to 1, and limit is from 0 to 1. Okay, and what about our curves, or what, where to find what function to use? That is e raised to x minus e raised to minus x dx. So this is the integration that we need to find. Okay, so I am rubbing this. This is clear now. We are finding where does these curves intersect. They intersect at x equal to 0. That means that is y-axis. X is equal to 0 means it is y-axis. Okay. So we'll just do how to integrate this one. So we got the limit. So integral 0 to 1 e raised to x minus e raised to minus x dx. So e raised to x is integral e raised to x is e raised to x minus e raised to minus x, integral is e raised to minus x divided by minus 1, 0 to 1. So e raised to x plus e raised to minus x, okay, 0 to 1, that is e raised to 1 plus e raised to minus 1 minus e raised to 0 minus e raised to 0. So this will go, so that is e raised to 1 plus 1 by e. Okay. So now what is e raised to 0? This part will become minus 1 minus 1. So our answer will become e raised to 1 plus 1 by e minus 2. Okay, so what are the options given in the question? We'll see what are the options given in the question. The options I didn't show here. The options are e plus 1 by e, e minus 1 by e, e plus 1 by e minus 2, e minus 1 by e minus 2. Okay, so options I didn't show. So options are in the terms of e. So we have the option this one. This has the option C, e raised to 1 plus, that is e plus 1 by e minus 2. Okay, so nothing, what we need to do is we need to just find the limits. For that I just solved e raised to x and e raised to minus x. Then I got 0 to 1. Okay, so 0 to 1, then I am just writing e raised to x, e raised to minus x by minus 1. Then I am just integrating e raised to x. What is the integration of e raised to x? Integration of e raised to x dx is nothing but it is e raised to x plus c. So here I am integrating. Then what if you integrate? You need to divide with the differential of this power. So minus 1. Okay. Now I am just writing those. This part will become e raised to anything raised to 0 is 1. So anything raised to 0 is 1. So this will become minus 1. So e raised to 1, 1 plus 1 by e minus 2. Okay. So that is the answer. E raised to 1 plus 1 by e minus 2. In the option there is unit also, square unit. Okay, so we'll move to the next question. Third question. So I'm going to solve the third question. So I'm going to solve the third question. What is the area under the curve x f of x equal to x e raised to x above the x-axis and between the lines x equal to 0? So we'll see the third question. What they are telling, what is the area under the curve f of x is equal to x e raised to x above the x-axis and between lines x equal to 0 and x equal to 1. So it's clear that limit is 0 to 1. Function is x e raised to x. So integral 0 to 1 x e raised to x dx. We are going to do integration by parts. Why? Because there is no product rule in integration. What we have is integration by parts. Now what is integration by parts? Integration by parts is first function into integral of the second function minus integral of derivative of the first function into integral of the second function. So I'll just do, then you'll understand. So first function into integral of the second function minus integral of differential of the first function, differential of the first function into integral of the second function dx. So what you'll get, x e raised to integral of e raised to x is e raised to x minus integral of here also e raised to x dx. So x e raised to x minus e raised to x, now with 0 to 1. Clear? We are just substituting in the parts, integration by parts method. Integration by parts, function into integral of the second function minus integral of differential of the first function into integral of the second function. Then we are applying the limit. Okay, so just apply the limit. What you will get? 1 e raised to 1 minus e raised to 1 minus 0 minus e raised to 0. Clear? Then 1 e raised to 0 minus e raised to 1 minus this term will go 0 minus, so this will become 0 here. Plus positive here because minus, when we apply the definite integral and one minus is here also. So e raised to this one will become 0. E raised to 1 minus e raised to 1 will go 0. Then e raised to 0, that is 1. 1 square unit is the answer. 1 square unit. This is the answer for the third question. We are just applying integration by parts. Limit is given in the question. So question is very easy. So this is a previous year NDA question. So understand that from integration, application of integrals, they are asking very basic questions. But thing is, you need to know the integration and what is the limit. Okay, that's it. Now let's see the next question. Okay. What is the area bounded by y is equal to 4x minus x square minus 3 and x-axis? What is the area bounded by the curve, we can say, because square is there. So that's not a line. Sure. 4x. So y is equal to 4x minus x square minus 3 is our line, is our curve, and area bounded by this curve and x. That is what they are asking. Okay. So you need to the curve. Curve is 4x minus x square minus 3 and x-axis. Okay, so we need to get the limit. We need to get the limit, then only we can solve. Okay, so how can we get the limit of this question? So this is a quadratic equation. So let's see how can we solve this. So this is actually y is equal to minus x square plus 4x minus 3. So how can we solve this? What we'll get? We need to get the points on x-axis where this is becoming 0. So how can I do this is, I am finding the value of x. Value of x means zeros of this polynomial. So I can do middle term splitting. When I multiply, I need to get minus 1, and when I add, I need to get positive 4. When I multiply, I need to get positive 3. When I add, I need to get positive 4. So that is 3 and 1. Okay, that means, see, minus x square plus 3x plus 1x minus 3. So I can take x common, or x common, so minus x plus 3. Here I can take 1 common, so minus x square, so see, so I am taking minus 1 common so that I can get equal things. So I'll get x is equal to 1 and x is equal to 3. X is equal to 1 and x is equal to 3. So the points are 1, 0, 3, 0. So my curve lies like this, somewhere like this. So that's not important. We need the limits. That's why. Okay, and x-axis is this one. X-axis is this one. Y equal to 0. This is x-axis. So how can I integrate? Now after finding the limits, it's just integration. We'll just do the integration. This is the curve. Now I am going to do the integration. That is integral 1 to 3 4x minus x square minus 3 dx. So that is integral. How can I integrate? 4 into x means what is the integration of x? X square by 2 minus integration of x square is x cube by 3 minus 3 integration is 3x. In the limit is 1 to 3. Clear? So what I will get, this will go, this will become 2. So this is 2x square minus x cube by 3 minus 3x in the limit 1 to 3. Okay, now when I am applying the limit, what I will get? Let's see what you'll get. That is 2x square. So 2 into 3 square minus 3 cube by 3 minus 3 into 3 minus 2 into 1 square minus 1 cube by 3 minus 3 into 1. So applying the limit I am showing here. Okay, so that is 2 into 3 square, that is 18 minus here 9 minus 2 plus 1 by 3 plus 3. So this will go minus 2 plus 3 1 plus 1 by 3. So what I'll get? I'll get 4 by 3. 4 by 3 square units. 4 by 3 square units. I'll get 4 by 3 square units as the answer. 4 by 3 square units. Clear? So in this question, only thing is you need to understand the limit. You need to find out the limit. Okay. Finding out the limit means we are finding the zeros of this polynomial. So I got it as 3 and 1. Now only thing is integrating this function from 1 to 3. Okay, so I integrated, then I applied the limit. Okay, so it's clear means, so let's see how to solve this question. What is the area enclosed by 2x square plus y square is equal to 1? Okay, let's see how to solve this. What is this curve about? This curve is about, this is an ellipse. So ellipse how? X square by 1 by 2 plus y square by 1 is equal to 1. So what is the general form of ellipse? X square by a square plus y square by b square is equal to 1. So x square by 1 by root 2 whole square plus y square by 1 is equal to 1. So this can be written as a, this is a now, that is 1 by root 2 comma 0, this is 0 comma 1. Now I am finding the area of this entire curve. So I am taking this portion, this first quadrant portion. I will find this area and multiply by that with 4. Okay, I will find this area and multiply that by 4. Then I will get the entire area. Okay, so let's see how we can do this. Okay, doing this means just apply the integral. That is integral. Limit is from 0 to 1 by root 2, 0 to 1 by root 2. What is the function coming over here? That is y square is equal to 1 minus 2x square. So y is equal to root of 1 minus 2x square. So root of 1 minus 2x square dx. Okay, so this can be written as integral 0 to 1 by root 2 1 minus root 2x the whole square dx. That is, I am substituting root 2x is equal to t, root 2 dx is equal to dt, dx is equal to dt by root 2. Okay, so then what I will get? I will get this integral which changes. So I will just change, looking here what this will changes. Now also you need to change the limit also. So when x is equal to 0, t is equal to 0. Then when x is equal to 1 by root 2, t is equal to 1. So our limit changes to 0, integral 0 to 1 root of 1 minus t square dt by root 2. dt I am keeping here, root 2 I am taking to this. Okay, now apply this find the integral. Our new integral is integral 1 by root 2, this one. So what is this integration? This is 1 by root 2 t by 2 root of 1 minus t square plus half sine inverse t. This is integral. This is from 0 to 1. Just apply 1 by root 2. T by 2 means 1 by 2. 1 minus 1 will go 0 plus half sine inverse 1 will become pi by 2 minus this will go 0 when we apply 0 minus sine inverse 0 0. So 1 by root 2 this one, this is pi by 4. So that is pi by 4 root 2. Now this is the area for a single portion. That means if this is ellipse, this is for this portion, but we need the whole portion, that is we need to multiply this with 4. So 4 into pi by 4 root 2. So this and this will go and answer will become pi by root 2 square units. Okay, is it clear? So just identify the curve and in the limits. Now you need to by heart this one, that is what is integral root of 1 minus x square dx, that is x by 2 root of 1 minus x square plus half sine inverse t. Okay, thank you.